we've got a video here. This is about Cycling News. It's an article about Bahrain, victorious, the Merida team, trying to create some clickbait titles. Cycling News, you wouldn't be around if it wasn't for drugs in sport. All right. Now, just a word of warning, this video may contain some swearing. It definitely does contain a lot of truth bombs. Socially narrative-driven people might find this video offensive. So if you're offended by truth or offended by how human physiology works, probably click off the video and go and watch a Nike advert. Do people really think, like, go to the cyclingnews.com and read the comment, go to the Bahrain victorious controversy with they're using a painkiller. I shouldn't say using a painkiller. The doctor allegedly got caught with some painkillers in his hotel room, I think in the 3-week long race in France, whichever race that is. And people you read through the comments, I knew those guys were sauce, blah, 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 blah. It's like, man, it's professional sport, man. Do you really think that Nike would be able to charge $300-ish plus for a shoe made in China for maybe $3 or $5 if the people winning the races in this shoe weren't juiced to the gills? No, it's impossible. Do you think Oakley would have been able to charge what they charge for a piece of plastic made in China, assembled in USA? People don't understand how professional sport works. It's not just cycling, man. It's swimming, it's running, it's rugby, it's athletics, it's basketball, it's everything. Soccer, AFL football. Drugs are part of society. Even the editors at Cycling News and Cycling Tips or wherever, they'll be on the caffeine or modafinil or Ritalin or uppers to get their job done. All right, quick guys, we've got to scoop, get it going. I'm so tired. Take something, get that typewriter going. Get those fingers moving, son. Okay. Performance enhancing drugs to do your job that you're paid to do at the rate that you're expected to do it at. Or the sponsors, the fans, your own personal staff, your parental, whatever. Drugs are part of professional sport, man. Do you think that people are winning the Olympic gold freestyle 100 meter men's on some organic wheat bix? You know what I mean? How naive do you have to be? Do you think that S-Works, this S-Works frame, genuine frame, beautiful, not beautiful colour, do you think they could charge $8,700 Australian for a bike that had no real, insane victories to its name? And do you think those victories were done with just a bit of organic wheat bix? It's professional sport. Do you think Shimano could charge this much for, what's this? This is a cassette, Do you think Shimano could charge what they charge for a titanium cassette if Lance Armstrong was absolutely pinning it, the Amgen specials? Do you think they could charge, how much this cost, $300-$400 Australia, whatever? Do you think they could charge that if the sponsored riders were clean and finishing at the back of the pack? Wow, that guy finished last. I want to buy what he's riding. I saw a guy lose a race on Sunday. I want to go out Monday buy what he was using. It's not how it works. Seeing Eddie Merckx, the greatest cyclist of all time, do you think he did it all on organic wheat bix? This bike still has value today, 30 years later. Drugs are part of sport, legal or illegal or whatever. If you drink coffee, you're a doper. You're using drugs and more. I know, that's legal. I'm now clicking off. I'm unsubscribing during all. You're just talking nonsense now. If you're using caffeine's a powerful drug, man. Powerful drug. Stimulant. Central nervous system stimulant. It's a neurotoxin. I'm so tired at work. Give me a coffee. Get through that 2 o'clock slump. Have a nap. Have some water. All right? Why use stims if you're tired? Use them if you're pinging to get a little extra few percent. But no, if you're tired, you need rest, water and some sugars. Just have a chill session, siesta, and then come back strong to work. So people are using caffeine and they're typing with these druggies, blah, 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 blah. Man, caffeine is a damn powerful drug. I've done 5 years without any caffeine or theobromine, and then when I introduced it again, it's like, damn, this stuff is strong. Caffeine is strong. Caffeine's like speed, really. Oh, no, it's not. I have 2 cups of coffee, it doesn't mean nothing. It's because you're burnt out, man. It's because you're burnt out. So, yeah, this is what we live in, man. Just go and read the comments of the noobs out there. And I think we should get rid of the drug testing. Drug testing is an absolute joke. They're mostly very, very easy to pass. The half-life of EPO is around 5 hours. Probably even less if you're microdosing, maybe 3 IUs per kilo body weight per day, etc. At night time, you've got a fast clearance, your pharmacokinetics is all enhanced from other little modalities there. And you're deploying all the best bypasses for drug testing, which is pretty much IQ testing. So you really think that these Olympic swimmers winning all these gold medals are doing it, on the on the organic wheat bix. That's what people think. Oh, I don't watch the Tour. My grandma would say, I don't watch the Tour de France. It's all full of drugs. Now all the sports are full of drugs, all right? But here's the thing. You could compete in the Tour de France clean. With no caffeine, no asthma pop. You could do it. You could compete in the Tour de France clean, for sure. If you're a super freak, talented rider, you definitely could do that. But you can't make the men's 100 meter or 1500 meter freestyle Olympics clean. You can't do that, It's not possible. So in one aspect, cycling is the cleanest sport because you don't have to juice to be a pro, but to be a big name pro, then you got to have a good doctor and a good pharmacokinetic, establishment thing going on there. That's just professional sport. You're paid to win. You can't win. Cyclingnews writes you off. You win. Cyclingnews. Wow, what a champion! So you get busted. Cyclingnews. What a pariah. What a villain. Either way, the media. I'm part of the media. We're going to make money off you if you're the champ, the villain, whatever. I like to just tell people the truth about drugs in sport. Huh? Some people say, well, why don't they tell us they're taking drugs? Because you're not going to follow them. You're going to cancel them. Right? So, look at my experimentations with performance-enhancing drugs, caffeine or testosterone or cortisone or other things like that. Look at some of the uproar. People say, I can't follow journal anymore. All he drinks coffee or not coffee. I haven't done coffee for 20 years, but caffeine tablets or caffeine gels, etc. I find coffee's just harsh on the gut, man. Harsh on the gut. If you've got any digestive issues, don't touch caffeine or coffee especially, right? Better yet, get more sleep and your digestion is going to be really enhanced. And if you've got stims in your system, it's really, really hard to sleep. So what happens is a lot of these drugs, Stilnox, etc., get used because athletes have to take so much stims to compete at this stupidly high level, and they've got fatigue as well because they've been racing every day or just doing crazy stuff. And then to wind down, the muscle relaxants, the sleeping pills, etc., the painkillers, the opioids are used to come down again, which again, then you're going to be starting up again the next day. So it's really, once you take out the stims, then all of a sudden everything, works better in the body long term. But again, the human body's not designed to run a marathon at 3-minute K pace. The human body's not designed to race around France up and down the mountains in the hot and cold. The human body's not designed for that. The human body's not designed to swim world record pace for 1500 meter freestyle. It's just not designed for that. But if you can do that, you're going to make a lot of money. And we live in a world where money talks. Money talks. All right. So all these nerds out there who are like, oh my god, Byron victorious. Man, if like every single second matters in cycling. So if you think that they're the only team using gear, you're absolutely a noob. Like if they were the only team using gear, then they would blast every single race. It would be like literally the whole team would finish top 7 every race. That's how much shooting crashes and stuff like that. But performance-wise, uphill time trials, the enhanced riders would just clean up, sprints, clean up. Alright. So when you see a marathon runner who runs a 2:08 get busted for EPO, then you know the guys and girls who run faster than that and as equally talented and driven and dedicated as those people, that those times are probably, I don't have any proof Santa Claus could be real. They could have found Jesus, but I would assume strongly, in my opinion, they're not just having the organic wheat bix. Right? I'm assuming that's not the case. But hey, we could be wrong. Santa Claus could exist, and if you're a good boy, if you're a good girl, maybe you get a pair of Nike Alpha Flies for Christmas this year. But that's the deal. But it always pains me to see Cyclingnews just like spinning it, whatever. It's like they're inhumane. These mainstream media, they promote these dangerous bikes, with recalls. And then they sit on it even though they know. And then it's just very corporate, very cutthroat. You know, and I really dislike that about the mainstream media, especially the mainstream cycling media. Like, man, let's just get rid of the drug test. Let's educate people. All your champions, all your childhood heroes, big names, drugs. Someone said the other day, there's an Australian commentator, I forget his name, Nick or something, on SBS. I'd put it on mute after that. He's like, oh, and Greg LeMond, the only American to win the Tour de France. And I'm just like, what? Dude, you wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for Lance. And now you're bagging him? Come on, man, like, it's crazy. You think Greg LeMond was natural? Maybe he did. Maybe he had some Oregon, Wheat Bix organic. Maybe the fact that Greg's got the 4th fastest time trial ever on a heavy clunky bike from 1989 is because organic Wheat Bix and Jesus. Who knows, But anyway, that's the deal. Go read the comments in Cyclingnews. It is quite hilarious. Drugs, are what make champions. Like champions. UFC. You think they're not smashing the painkillers in UFC? You ever done a shin kick? Shin kick after shin kick after shin kick? You think they're not smashing the opioids? That's not, in MMA, the most powerful drug, performance-enhancing drug, isn't the steroids, isn't EPO, isn't the stims, it's the painkillers. Your shin now becomes like an iron bar. But the other person's on heaps of painkillers as well. So it's like, that's why the next day they're hobbling around. They don't feel it really in the fight. Oh, it's just the adrenaline. No. It's more than adrenaline, man. It is a crap ton of opioid painkillers. For sure, 100%. That's just how it is. But yeah, again, these noobs out there who've never even used performance-enhancing drugs, exception of caffeine, are out there in the comments, you're right or you're wrong. It's not my opinion. It's just how business works, man. People want to win. It's competitive sport. It's funded by big money to make more money. I don't care about the athletes. Do you think any of these big corporations, UCI or IOC, IAAF, do you think they really care about any athletes? The athletes are like ants, like, get off. You got caught, see you later. We've got a zillion replacements for you. Get away from us. We don't like you anymore because the truth came out. We knew all along, but no. Don't associate. Cutting ties. We're cutting ties. That's the corporate world, man. And that's why it sucked to be a pro athlete, really. Just knowing how disposable you are, it would be like disgusting. That's why I think a lot of pro athletes, hit the drink, apart from not enough carbs sometimes, but also just hitting the drugs and just getting disillusioned with society. So like, man, I'm risking my life for these corporate motherfuckers and no one gives a fuck really unless I'm winning. So it's dog eat dog world out there. Don't be in denial.